Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today on Collection Lessons, I want to talk about Simplify. This is part of my Collection Lessons series, and anything I say on this channel is not anything advice, and let's get started. So when I talk about Simplify, I want to talk about 3 areas that I help simplify my life to make my life better, easier, that type of thing. And simplify like your money, your stuff, everything. So I want to get started with simplifying your money. And what I mean by simplifying your money, let's change to a paint tool because I love painting. Basically, I mean simplify where your money is coming in and going out. So like, how many credit cards do you have? These are CCs. How many credit cards do you have? I had 5, 6 at one time. And I tried to play the game. I tried to say, well, this one gets me these many points at this location, or I get so much % off on this, and I get this. And it was really just, it's basically, if you think of credit card points or credit card cash back, or whatever you want to call it, it's basically just coupons. You're clipping coupons, and if you focus on clipping coupons, you're going to be clipping coupons for the rest of your life, which is basically a broke mindset, right? And if you think about what your time is worth in those clipping of coupons, you're like, well, I'm spending my money anyway. That's not the point. The point is you're balancing 5 credit cards, what I saw. And so basically, what do? Well, you just simplify it down to 1 if you need to, sometimes 0 if you can. I get, it's very hard for people to think of, life without a credit card, because, you can use a credit card for, I don't know, you have to use one for certain situations, like a hotel or car rental or whatever, usually like that. Sure, you can keep them around, but maybe don't use them, and only use them when you're forced to, in those situations, when life is easier, right? If life gets easier just because you have this one, time you use a credit card, then make that, part, easier on yourself. Simplify, right? So, get down from however many lines of credit cards, how many areas of debt you have, and try and get into one. Some people, they consolidate all their debt into one thing. There's a reason for that. Sometimes you get good deals, sometimes you pay less interest, but it's just easier to track. And that's the whole purpose of it. So if you can get down to one area where things are going in and out of, either one area, one credit card that things are going in and out of, or one bank account that things are going in and out of. Now, I know I get the idea of, multiple bank accounts, and I have multiple bank accounts for different reasons. But, to spread my money around to, basically not have to rely on one, point of failure, I'd call it. You basically want to have one area where things go in and out, either on a credit card, bank account, whatever. So how you do that is basically you'll funnel, and I'll call this a funnel, or I'll just draw a funnel. You want to funnel all of your money that's coming in through a decision-making process. A predetermined, predictable, fixed income. That's the third thing, is predictable. Predict. Wow. You want to make everything in your money situation predictable. When your paycheck comes in, it automatically goes places. Sometimes right now that, for some people, those places are straight to their credit card or straight to their debt because they've overspent. But what you want to do is, how much is coming in, right? Let's say that you got $2,000 coming in next, month or next pay period or whatever. You automatically know this much is for this, this much is for this, this much is for this. You want to make it boring. You want to make it so boring that's basically like, let's say at your job where you're just like, your elbows on your table and, you're slanted and you're just like holding your head up. You want to make this boring. You want to make money be boring. If money isn't boring, like, sure, everyone is excited about making money. But you know how many people are excited about paying off their debt? Not very many. So you want to make it boring so that when your money comes in, it's already predetermined. This much goes to, usually rent or mortgage or whatever, housing, right? And I know I talk about this in Dave Ramsey, the one that I talk about more than enough, the Dave Ramsey one, where I have a percentage-based budget, and everything is percentage-based. It's already predictable, right? And so, this much goes into housing. This much goes into my personal fun account. So I'll call it personal/fun. And then this much goes into whatever. And it's always the same. It's always, let's say, $50. Every paycheck, I take $50. I can blow it on whatever. You want to make that part boring. So basically, you want to simplify your money into these types of things. You want to make it predictable. You want to have a funnel where things are going in and out, so you can see, let's say if I draw like an eye, you can see what is actually happening, because so many people don't have a clue where their money's going, or how much they're spending, or how much they get, or how much their expenses cost. You want to funnel it through a system where you can see it all in one, and I recommend every week. That's what I do. Every week I look at what did I spend on? What did I use for? You know, and I balance my budget every single week, and I know what's coming up. I know what's going out every single week. It's really cool. I like it, but I'm more of a melancholy type guy. You know, personalities are another video that I did way early on, where I'm very detailed, and I like to see details. I like to see focused stuff. I don't like to just be like, you know. Anyway, the next section that I want to talk about simplifying is stuff. I'll just call it stuff or crap. You want to simplify your crap. What I mean by that is you want to downsize. I know everyone's like, what do you mean you want to downsize? Well, you know, I used to own a house that had, you know, 2 full floors. It was like, I don't know, in total 2,400 square feet top and bottom, about 1,200 each or whatever. And I had a garage, a 2.5 car garage that was just full of crap. I'll call it crap. But basically, there was so much stuff in there that I couldn't focus and concentrate on what needed to be done. And it's like, yeah, you use that one tool once, and you're like, oh, cool, I used the tool, and therefore it's useful. You know, just in case. You want to get rid of the just in cases, in my opinion. So get rid of the just in case. That's what I did. And why do I say you want to get rid of the just in cases? Because when you need it, chances are there's a better version of it. There's a better tool, or you can, you know, help manage the load. You know, if there's like 10 people, let's say 10 of your friends, and you all have the same tool, and it's like a tool that you use once in your life, why would 10 of you buy it, right? One person, probably the one that you would use it the most, maybe the mechanic or whatever, would use the tool that's specific to this car or whatever, and then the others could help borrow it. And then it's just, you know, anybody could do that, right? It's like, why would I buy, let's say, I don't know, a 5-ton jack to jack my truck up, let's say, if, you know, I have a truck this year and I don't have a truck next year, then I might as well get rid of the tool to someone who has it. Anyway, if you get what I'm saying here, just in case stuff, you want to simplify, you want to get rid of it, because chances are, if you have it and use it once and it breaks, or if you have it and something falls on it and, you know, you haven't even used it and it breaks, you're going to think, I need to replace it. And that's part of the problem, is many people think that they need to replace things that break. So if you have 100 tools, and let's say you have like, I don't know, 5 screwdrivers, and one of them breaks, you're going to go buy another one. And then probably you're going to buy a pack of screwdrivers, and all of a sudden you have like 12 screwdrivers. I know this was the case when I had, like, you know, those lint rollers? I have a crap ton of lint rollers in my closet, still I'm trying to get rid of. And, you know, I have a bunch of tools, I have a bunch of screwdrivers, I have a bunch of whatever. I'm really, you only need one screwdriver. A good screwdriver, that's all you need. It's just one. So simplify your stuff. Simplify your crap, basically. Everything else, like, you know, I'm a very techie guy. I had a gaming computer, I had a server, I had another gaming computer at one point, and there's just, why do I have like 4 of these? There's no point. If I dedicate one area to gaming, I probably just need one. What I've done is I've simplified, you know, like 2 gaming computers and a server into an all-in-one thing. And I virtualized my game stuff. If you're very techie, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you have no clue what the heck I just said, which is fine. But basically, I simplified 3 or 4 computers into one computer, which is pretty cool. And I use that computer for everything. Every day, every single day, I touch it. Either, you know, if it's a server for things, it's a multi-purpose tool. And that's what you want, is you want multi-purpose tools. You want things that do more than one thing, so that you don't just use it once forever. You use it for everything. It is used in different ways, right? Tape can be used in different ways. Therefore, you keep at least one roll of duct tape, right? Or glue. Glue can be used in many different ways. That's why you keep it. You don't buy specific fasteners for your specific product, right? That's you know, that's a waste of money, right? If you just use it once and done. So that's what I want to say about stuff crap. The last thing I want to talk about is your life. You want to simplify your life. And what is life? Life is actually just time. If you think of life is time. You want to simplify your time. And there's many ways to do this. You can look up many ways to do this, how to simplify your time. It's just, you want a budget. And you're like, what do you mean a budget? No. You want to budget your time. And so people have budgets for money, but people don't have budgets for time. How much time do you allocate for social media? SM. Making things up as I go. How do you budget your video games? You know, back when I was 15 or so, I played, I don't know, 8 hours a day of video games. Either at night, you know, as soon as you get home from school, 4:30, you're working on your game, or you're playing your game, You're making friends, sure, you're having fun and everything, but it's instant gratification. It's not something that's, I mean, sometimes people that play video games now turn them into careers on streaming and such, which is great. But really, I was just burning my time when I was playing video games. Right now, I enjoy video games for either zoning out while I'm doing something else, like listening to audio, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I play like something that doesn't, hurt my brain to think, right? It's just a game. Or I play games with friends. And that's part of the budget, is how much time you're spending with friends. Or is it too much? Is it too little? Do you need more friends in your life? Do you need more time with friends in your life? Or family? What about family? How often do you spend time with your family? Family. Do you need more time, or less? And then that's the thing, is like, if you think of a budget, you think of like, I get $24. How do I spend the $24? Well, you budget it out, and that's all you get for that day is $24. You'll find places to put that. If you have 24 hours, where's it going? Which categories is it going in? I mean, everyone pays their taxes on money, and your taxes on time is basically your rest, is your sleep, because that, takes 30% or whatever, just like taxes. But you need to budget your time with people. You need to budget your association. See what those association is doing. Association. If you're spending lots of time around people that smoke, that's not really a great thing, in my opinion. Association is not really great. If you're spending around people that drink all the time, people that go to bars, blow money, right? There's so many things that are, in my opinion, negative association. Everyone's, perception of association is different depending on what they get from that association. But where are you budgeting your time? Where are you spending that association time? Who's it with? What do they do? Is it good association time or bad association time? And basically, you want to do the same that you did with your money. You want to make it predictable, right? And that's what I do with predictable. You want to make it predictable. Every week, every 2 weeks actually, because the schedule with my kids, every week or every 2 weeks is predictable. I know when I'm going to have the kids. I know when I'm going to spend time with the kids. I know how to fit these nuggets of my life. I know how to budget the time around, video games, my social media, my friends, my family. I know, let's say I can fit 2 friends in a week. I know I can fit in, 4 to 6 or however many hours of, personal gaming time. I know how to, let's say 1 hour of social media a day, or, how much time I'm spending with my family, or there's so many things. If you make it predictable, it's going to be, it could be boring to some people, but it's very easy to just not think about it and be like, oh, repeat this schedule every 2 weeks. Done. Right? Repeat this every 2 weeks. Done. And so yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Simplify. If you simplify your life, it just gives you more space in your mind and in your life and in your money and in your space, like in your house, even if you reduce your stuff, your crap. It just makes it so much easier on your mind, on your money, on your life. It's just, that's the best thing that I can say. Is very summarized in like however many minutes it took. But if you just write this all out in your own, table, your own piece of paper, and see where things are going in your life. Things trailing up, are they trailing down? Is there things that you need to move around? I don't know. Take a look and let me know. Thanks, and talk soon.